In the early days of May 2026, the arithmetic of global deterrence has fundamentally changed. While the world watches the skyrocketing oil prices and the silent docks of the Strait of Hormuz, a new predator is moving into position. U.S. Central Command has officially requested the operational deployment of the Dark Eagle. That is, the Long-Range Hypersonic Weapon. This isn't just another test. This is a Mach 5 response to a maritime stranglehold that is pushing the global economy to the brink of $120 per barrel oil. Today, on Strike Scope, we break down the engineering of the Dark Eagle, the strategic collapse of the Strait of Hormuz, and why the microchip war is the only reason these missiles can even find their targets. Let's talk specs. The Dark Eagle isn't your standard ballistic missile. It's a boost glide system. It reaches the edge of space on a rocket, but instead of falling in a predictable arc, it glides at 3,800 miles per hour through the upper atmosphere. Why does this matter? Because at Mach 5, the air becomes plasma. The friction is so intense that standard sensors would melt. The Dark Eagle uses a specialized heat shield and an advanced agentic AI seeker that can adjust its flight path mid-glide, bypassing the latest S-400 or S-500 interceptors. With a range of 1,700 miles, a Dark Eagle battery stationed in a regional hub can strike a hardened command center deep inside Iranian territory in under 15 minutes. In 2026, the seconds to decide era has officially begun. The hypersonics wait in the wings. The water is on fire. As of May 4th, the Strait of Hormuz is effectively a dead zone for commercial shipping. Iran's IRGC has utilized fastboat swarms and cheap drones to stall 70% of global tanker traffic. The recent seizure of the MSC Francesca and the striking of the tanker Skylight have forced insurance companies to withdraw war risk coverage. Even though the strait is technically open under international law, it is physically closed by the threat of fire. Washington has responded with Operation Project Freedom, a naval blockade of Iranian ports aimed at cutting off the shadow fleet. We are seeing a 1980s tanker war scaled up with 2026 technology. But here is the part most analysts miss. Neither the Dark Eagle nor the IRGC's drone swarms function without the silicon. The microchip war has entered a new phase this month. The Pentagon's latest Microelectronics Commons Awards are focusing on one thing: radiation-hardened ruggedization. Hypersonic missiles need chips that can survive the extreme electromagnetic environment of high-speed flight. If China or the global supply chain cuts off the flow of high-end AI processors, the smart in smart weapons disappears. We are no longer just fighting for territory. We are fighting for the fabs that produce the brains of these missiles. So what's next? If the Dark Eagle is cleared for combat, it marks the first time a U.S. hypersonic system will be used in an operational theater. It's a signal to global powers that the era of impenetrable air defense is over. As we move through May 2026, the question isn't just who has the biggest missile. It's who has the most reliable supply of chips and the fastest decision-making AI. I'm Atif, and this is the debut of Strike Scope. We are just beginning our deep dive into the technology and strategy shaping the global landscape of 2026. To ensure you don't miss our next technical breakdown, subscribe and join our network for the full data. Thank you for watching.